This podcast is sponsored by ScienceBasedLearning.com. Discover your passion for languages with our innovative ebook, audiobook, and video system. Maximize retention using spaced repetition. Start your journey today.
Effective memory techniques for adult language learning and acquisition. Discover powerful memory techniques for adult language learning that boost retention and help you learn a new language faster using proven science-based methods. Memory techniques that make language learning easier. Learning a new language as an adult can sometimes feel like an uphill battle. Unlike children, adults often struggle with revision and recall, which can slow down the process of language acquisition. Fortunately, the science of language learning provides us with effective memory techniques that can help you absorb vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation more efficiently. Whether you're starting fresh or picking up a language you tried before, these strategies can boost your progress and make adult language learning both manageable and enjoyable. Why memory matters in language learning. Before discussing specific techniques, it's more important to understand why memory plays such a crucial role in how to learn a language. Language learning is fundamentally about creating strong and accessible mental connections between new words, their meanings, pronunciation, and usage. These mental pathways need to be reinforced regularly in order to stick. Without efficient memorization strategies, even the best learners can quickly forget what they've studied. 1. Use spaced repetition. One of the most reliable ways to improve memory retention, especially for language learners, is spaced repetition. This technique involves reviewing information at increasing intervals over time. It leverages the brain's natural tendency to forget by scheduling reviews just before the information slips away. Start by reviewing new vocabulary shortly after you first learn it, maybe 10 to 20 minutes later. Then space the reviews out to 1 day, 3 days, a week, and so on. This way, your brain is prompted to refresh those neural connections, reinforcing long-term retention. Many learning apps use spaced repetition algorithms, but you can also use flashcards or keep a review journal. ScienceBasedLearning.com offers a simple ebook, audiobook, and video system combined with an online practice app that makes use of the science behind spaced repetition to maximize your learning and retention. 2. Employ mnemonics to remember vocabulary. Mnemonics involve creating mental hooks that make words easier to remember. For example, to remember the Spanish word perro, dog, you might picture a dog next to a barrel. Perro sounds like barrel, creating a vivid association. The sillier or more emotional the image, the better it tends to stick. Create stories or visual images linking the word's sound or meaning. Use rhyme or alliteration to make the word catchier. Try linking new words to words you already know in your native language. This technique taps into the brain's natural way of storing related information together, making recall smoother during conversations or exams. 3. Chunking helps your brain process information. Language typically works in chunks, phrases, idioms, or patterns, rather than isolated words. Instead of memorizing a long list of individual vocabulary, try learning phrases that sound natural. For example, instead of just eat, apple, and now, learn the phrase, I want to eat an apple now. Practicing chunks helps you understand grammar implicitly and makes it easier to recall phrases when speaking. Group words into meaningful phrases or sentences. Practice these phrases repeatedly in context instead of single words. Notice patterns in sentences and look for reusable chunks. 4. Use multi-sensory learning to engage more brain areas. Memory works best when multiple senses are involved. For language learning, try incorporating these methods. Listening. Repeat words or sentences out loud to improve pronunciation and auditory memory. Writing. Writing by hand can reinforce spelling and structure better than typing. Speaking. Speak regularly, even if it's just to yourself, to build connections between words and their practical use. Visualizing, picture words or create mental images for vocabulary. Combining these methods can enhance retention and make learning more engaging. 5. Practice retrieval instead of passive review. One common mistake in language learning is repeatedly reading or listening without actively trying to remember. Active retrieval, trying to recall words or sentences from memory without looking, creates stronger memory traces than passive review. Test yourself regularly on vocabulary or grammar. Use flashcards and cover the answers before trying to recall them. Have conversations or write journal entries using new material. This practice strengthens neural pathways, making recall faster and more automatic. 6. Make language learning part of your daily routine. Consistency is key, especially for adult language learners who often juggle many responsibilities. Short, frequent sessions spread throughout the day are often better than occasional long ones. Even 10 to 15 minutes daily with effective techniques like spaced repetition, mnemonics, and retrieval can lead to solid progress. Remember that the goal is not just to accumulate vocabulary, but to build long-lasting, usable knowledge. The right memory strategies make this possible. Summary. In adult language learning, memory techniques borrowed from the science of language learning can transform your approach and results. By incorporating spaced repetition, mnemonics, chunking, multisensory input, active retrieval, and regular practice, you'll avoid frustration and move confidently toward fluency. If you want a system designed around these scientifically supported principles, check out sciencebasedlearning.com. Their simple ebook, audiobook, and video language learning system combined with an online practice app uses the science behind spaced repetition to maximize your learning and retention. It's a powerful and efficient tool that makes language acquisition more accessible for busy adults. Start applying these memory techniques today and see how much smoother and faster your language journey becomes.